Welcome to Dmac Mad Gaming. I'm your host Dmac, and here we believe gaming is a lifestyle, not a hobby. And today we're going to be discussing something that is going on in social media for a while now, what everybody's talking about because E3 is getting so close. So everybody's wondering, is Sony feeling the heat? And if you don't know why Sony would be feeling the heat, let me go ahead and give you a recap. Microsoft have created a new console called the Xbox Scorpio that's coming out later this year that's supposed to be more powerful than the PlayStation 4 Pro. Now, Microsoft felt so confident about this that they have let a lot of gamers and big YouTube gamers check under the hood of the Xbox Scorpio. And from their reviews and from their thoughts and from all the posts that I've seen on social media, this console is supposed to be so much more powerful than PlayStation 4 Pro that it will outperform the PlayStation 4 Pro in every way. So a lot of people wonder, is Sony feeling the pressure? Are they worried about this new console that's coming out later this year? Now, in my opinion, as a gamer, I feel like Sony is not really worried about it. And if they are, they shouldn't be worried about it, because if they come out with a new refresh console for this current gen console cycle again, they're going to lose a lot of fans and a lot of revenue if they decide to make this move. And I'm going to give you several reasons why in this video I feel like they're not going to do it, and why I feel like that Microsoft has a new powerful console, but they don't have the games to back it up. And I feel Sony knows this. And I'm going to give you several reasons why I feel like they know this in this video. So let's get started. Alright, the first reason I feel like Sony is not worried about Microsoft and a new Xbox Scorpio that's coming out later this year is because Sony has sold millions of units to people. I mean, Sony is dominating the hardware market. There are millions of PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 4 Pro owners right now as we speak. So I really feel like Sony should not be worrying about Microsoft and the Xbox Scorpio. They got millions of units out there. There are millions of PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 4 Pro owners out there right now. That's why I feel like Sony will be making a huge mistake to come out with a new refresh console to compete with the Xbox Scorpio. It will be a huge mistake. Now, let people want to know, why did they come out with console refreshes? Well, I'm going to give you a little recap on why I feel like they came out with console refreshes for this current gen cycle. It's because game developers wanted more powerful hardware. They wanted to make better looking and better playing games, like Horizon Zero Dawn. So this is why the reason they came out with console refreshes for this generation. For this generation here. For the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox generation cycle. This is the reason why they came out with it. Now, let's get to the second part why I feel like Sony should not be worried about Microsoft, and I feel like they're not. So the second reason why I feel like Sony shouldn't be worried about Microsoft and the Xbox Scorpio, and this is the reason why I feel like they are not really worried about it, is because look at all the games that they announced at last E3. All these new games coming out for their console. I mean, you got Last of Us Part 2. You have God of War. You have the new Spider-Man. You have Days Gone. That game looks amazing. You also got Detroit Being Human. And that's one of the games I can't wait for. And I can't wait to hear a release date. These games here are already giving this console that they have out right now the power they need to stay on top. I mean, if they go and try to make a new console refresh and call it the PlayStation 5, they will lose revenue because people won't be buying these new games they got coming out on their consoles because they're going to be waiting for the new hardware. And they're going to upset a lot of people if they do this. That's why I feel like they're not that dumb, and they're not going to jeopardize the popularity that they have created in the beginning of this new generation. I mean, the reason why they're on top, because first, their console was cheaper. The console had more games than the Xbox, the original Xbox One. I mean, this is the reason why they're dominating the hardware market. And if they sit up there and create a new console to compete with the Xbox Scorpio, they're going to lose that leverage. They're going to lose that power. They're going to lose that trust of their fans. Though people went out there and bought their hardware, they're going to lose their trust. And that's when they're going to start falling. And that may crush Sony in the hardware department if they even think about doing it. So that's why I don't feel like they are that dumb and that they're going to jeopardize what they have. All they need to do at this E3 is come out with some new games and give us some release dates of the games that they showed us at the last E3. They do that, they got it on lockdown. Now let's talk about the last thing the last reason why I feel like Sony is not worried about Microsoft. So here we go. Now, the last reason I feel like Sony is not worried about Microsoft is because of what Phil Spencer said in his interviews. The Xbox Scorpios will be targeting a niche group of gamers. That means that they're not even trying to push this to be the main selling hardware. This is going to be dedicated to a certain group of individuals in the gaming market to buy this game because it's going to be a premium console. That means the console is going to cost a lot more than the Xbox S and the Xbox One. So this console is going to be dedicated to a certain group of gamers out there. So it's not going to be trying to get the majority of the gamers out there. They're not trying to push this to be their top selling hardware. So this is another reason why I feel Sony is not that dumb and not that worried and not feeling the pressure from Microsoft like a lot of people think they are. I mean, they are looking like, well, if they come up with some good IPs, it may be something that we could have to deal with later down the line. But right now, they're not really worrying about it. And if they like down this E3 like they did last E3, Sony got it on lock. And another thing that I want to throw into that thought is developers are going to make games for the console that's out there that people own right now. And right now, Sony is the major player. Their hardware is almost in everyone's home. So developers are going to make games cater to that hardware because it's what's out there. Because they want people to buy their games. And from a money standpoint, Sony has more units out there than the Xbox One and Xbox One S. And even when the Xbox Scorpio come out, unless they do a miracle this E3 and come out with some amazing new IPs, people are not going to go out there and get this premium console. Why do gamers buy a specific console? For the exclusives. And if Xbox do not come out with some amazing exclusives, the console is not going to penetrate the hardware market like the PlayStation 4 has done. And this is the reason why I feel like Sony's not worried about it. And this is why I feel really comfortable about saying that they're not going to be announcing the new hardware at this next E3 that's coming pretty soon because it will be dumb. It will be a bad move on their part. And it will make them lose a lot of money and make the fans not trust them. And they will fall, and they will fall hard if they even think about doing this. I mean, it will be a bad move all the way around. It will be the end of Sony being on top if they decide to do this, in my opinion. So that's all I got to say about this. Thank you guys for staying to the end of this video. And make sure you hit that like button because I really appreciate it. It helps out the channel a lot. And if you like content like this, please hit that subscribe button for more content like this. My name's Dmac, and you've been watching Dmac Mad Gaming. I'm out. Holla at you later.